Guys, welcome back to the AutoHound, and here we are today with a 1-year update on my 2024 Ford Maverick FX4. So let's get into the video. I'm really looking forward to this year. It's going to be amazing, and I'll tell you, this truck has really not disappointed. I'll give you the highs and the lows, and let's get into it right now. So I did a couple of things that made this truck look cool. Number one is I put these little stickers on the back. I got them on Etsy. They were like 30 bucks. I threw my little AutoHound logo right there, so you can see that. Over here on my mud flaps, which I got from Muscology, one of my amazing sponsors. They did a great job, and they fit so nice. You can see the truck's still used every day. This right here is from Maverick, my newest sponsor. Everybody's like, what are you doing with this spot right here? So you can still fit something inside, but at the same time, it's a cup holder. So you get an extra cup holder as opposed to those ones down there. Front of the car, haven't done a whole heck of a lot to it. Just made it, you know, my car. And getting in, really neat. The WeatherTechs are doing their job. I know people crap on WeatherTechs. Oh, they're pricey, they fall over. They keep the car protected. I don't care. So we're going to get into this right now and do a little heads up video, and you can check it out. So guys, as I said, welcome back. It's been a year since I've owned the 2024 Ford Maverick, and I want to tell you the good, the bad. Well, really there's no uglies with it. So let's kind of just get into it. The truck is a lot of fun. So out of the 16,272 miles, I have averaged, on average, 25.6 miles per gallon. Now, that's the FX4 package, which means the gearing is slightly different than it would be on a standard XLT. Now, this is not the hybrid version, so please don't come at me for this. So 26 miles per gallon is really, really good for what this is. I'm sure, because I owned another XLT before this, which meant an unfortunate demise, it wound up being that, you know, that had better gas mileage. It was a 27, 28. This is 25.6-ish. So, you know, a couple of tenths of a mile, not that big of a deal. Comparatively speaking to my Toyota Tacoma, that was 16 miles to the gallon. So just doing rough math on that, you're probably saved about $400 to $500 this year just on petroleum. So that's really, really a good savings. So let's talk about the really good part about this car. We'll get into the bad in just a minute. Or, yeah, I would say the bad. So the good part about this car is it handles great. It handles like a car. It corners like a car. It's quick. It's very, very peppy for what it is. It's not a world beater. You know, people get on me all the time. They're like, oh, well, AutoHound, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what fast is. I do know what fast is. This is not fast, comparatively speaking, to a Ferrari, an R8, a Porsche. Yeah, I get that. It's not fast, but it's quick for a pickup truck. So if you're looking for something that's going to get you out of harm's way pretty quickly on the highway, get you up to cruising speed, you certainly can count on this truck to do that. The other thing that I really like about this is the Ford app. The Ford app is fantastic. You could start the car from anywhere in the world. You could lock the car from anywhere in the world. And for a truck that costs $30,000, that's a really nice feature. It seats 5 people comfortably. I've had 5 people in this truck before, and no one's ever said, oh, it's not comfortable enough. It really is comfortable. You can get everybody around in this. And, you know, that's kind of nice because, again, you're spending less than $30,000 on this truck. So if you're looking for one on the used car market, this is certainly a truck that I would highly recommend. Again, with only 16,000 miles, it's still brand new to me and will be for a couple of years. Anything sub 50, I think you're doing pretty good. Lastly, the other great thing about this truck that, you know, again, this is just me, is I think the ride is superb. It rides nice. It's not bumpy. It's not kind of out of left field like it handles trucky. It doesn't. So, you know, that kind of wraps in with number one, what I liked about it in number three. So I definitely think it's a really well laid out 1 year solid truck. Now, going to some of the bad about the truck. So, first of all, Ford, you got to do something better with these tires as the OEM tires. These are absolutely abysmal Scorpion tires, and they are terrible. They're horrible in the snow. We had a snowstorm a couple of weeks ago, and you know, I couldn't go more than 40 miles an hour without feeling that they were going to come out from under me. The other thing I don't like about this truck is it doesn't have sport mode and it doesn't have eco mode. Because I have the FX4 4K package, I don't get those two additional modes. Now, I can get them by using a 4Scan, and that's a tool you plug into your ODB, and what ends up happening is you get, you know, those two things that you could unlock, but the minute you unlock those, you void your warranty. So I did think they kind of cheaped out on that. I usually just run it in normal, but you could run it in sand, mud, ruts, snow, you name it. It's got, you know, 5 other, you know, settings that you could select from, and they're all good. But again, you're looking at 25.6 miles per gallon, which is pretty good. The other thing I don't like about this truck is this has been an issue, this infotainment system. It's the 8-inch one. I don't care about the size of it. That works fine. However, it just doesn't like to stay connected to the Bluetooth. It doesn't like to stay connected to the phone when it's even plugged in. It's just one of those wonky things. I keep reading it on the forums, on Facebook. Everybody hates it. It's just, for some reason, this doesn't want to stay connected, and I'm sure because it's so dang cheap that's what the reason is. So I think that's something that they could have definitely done better. The other thing that I'm not in love with is the noise, the road noise, and the wind noise specifically. The wind noise at 60 miles an hour, it's loud in here. And I don't understand why it's as loud as it is. You know, a lot of folks on the forums are saying, oh, well, it's just because it's a truck. My Tacoma was not this loud. It's kind of, I think because it's kind of a bricky looking truck, the utilitarianism of it doesn't allow for you to have that quiet ride that you're always looking for. And also, it doesn't have down inside the doors the 2 sets of insulation that they come with on the Lariat package. On the XL and the XLT, they just don't have those, and you could buy them for 120 bucks, but I'm not going to spend $120. I just think that's kind of a waste. And I guess the last thing that I don't like about it is because it is a little bricky and boxy looking, when you are driving on a highway and there's high winds, you know, 30, 40 miles an hour wind, and you get that crosswind, this car gets pushed everywhere. It's a thing. And, you know, people saying, you know, again, on the forums and Facebook, they're saying, okay, well, you know, run it at a higher pressure in your tires, or, you know, slow down. Look, I do 80 miles an hour back and forth to work every day, or 78 miles an hour to keep under that 80 mile an hour threshold. And, you know, it's serviceable, but you are definitely, you know, I got one hand here, one hand up here, and I'm definitely, you know, holding on, not for dear life, but I don't get the warm and fuzzies driving it. Now, I've driven big trucks, I've driven dump trucks, you name it, I've driven it for the most part, except for an 18-wheeler. And yeah, they're supposed to get pushed around. This small little car shouldn't be pushed around like it does. People in Jeeps know exactly what this is like. This is not a Jeep, nor should it be equated to one. I think that's kind of where we wind up on this. So with 16,000 miles for $30,000 all in, this is a great little daily driver. It is great when you got to go to Home Depot. It's great in the snow once you get the right tires on it. It's just a nice all-around truck. So if you like this type of content, please make sure you like, you comment, and you subscribe. And remember, it's about the drive.